Confirmation hearings for the president's Secretary of State nominee, Mike Pompeo, will be led by retiring Republican Senator Bob Corker. Foreign Relations Committee Chairman spoke with Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan for Sunday's broadcast. She is in Washington with part of that interview. Margaret, good morning.
Good morning. Well, there are a lot of questions here in Washington about whether the president is going to use Rex Tillerson's ouster as a chance to make further changes to his national security team. And I spoke to Senator Corker yesterday about some of the very big foreign policy issues that are going to be confronting the incoming secretary, Mike Pompeo. Do you think the president should sit down with Kim Jong Un?
I think it's fine. It's going to happen.
You do believe that meeting's going to happen?
I think ultimately it happens. I do. And I think that that's the way the president likes to deal with things. And I think that what you're going to see is people who have a lot of institutional knowledge prepping for the meeting. You've seen the administration sort of move away from an instant meeting. They've said that, they don't know exactly when it's going to occur. And
so
I think
maybe not May, which is when the
Well, I think you're seeing that happen because the realities of what you have to do in preparation to make sure that it's successful. It takes a while for that to occur. And we do have back channels ourselves, by the way, to North Korea. And, we have our ways of setting things like that up in an appropriate manner.
Now, Senator Corker also said that he expects President Trump will decide in May to pull out of that international agreement to freeze Iran's nuclear program. So, John, this could be a really interesting decision given that the talks will be about freezing North Korea's nuclear program.
Yeah, so Senator Corker was the one who rather colorfully said that Rex Tillerson was being castrated by the president. He has talked to Tillerson since the firing, and what did he say about that?
You're right. Corker, he was a little bit more diplomatic in the language he used yesterday, but he has been one of Rex Tillerson's very few allies in Washington. He had a long conversation with him after Tillerson was fired and said he's at peace. Tillerson had planned to stay on the job for another year, but it has been a rough and tumble one for him, not only due to the policy disagreements with the president, but also because of his personality. He was very deliberate, and his approach just didn't mesh with the president's more chaotic management style. And so Secretary Tillerson, we know, was very surprised to be fired by tweet. But according to Bob Corker, he feels like he did leave with some progress having been made with North Korea. So he hopes that'll be more of his legacy.
If confirmed, CIA Director Mike Pompeo will take over the State Department. How do you see things changing?
Well, he's got a good rapport with the president, and there is hope certainly at the State Department that that'll mean something to unstick some of these personnel vacancies, that maybe he'll be able to staff up the building, breathe in some vitality. Senator Corker wouldn't be pinned down on just when Mike Pompeo might be confirmed. He just said it'll be sometime in April. And there's a lot of pressure here in Washington to get a Secretary of State in place, not only because of that upcoming decision on Iran, but also what's happening with North Korea. You've got a number of key foreign policy issues bubbling up in May, elections in Iraq, and there's concern that that post should not remain vacant for very long.
All right. Thanks so much, Margaret. Face the Nation will air more of the interview with Senator Corker this Sunday. Margaret will also talk with Republican Senator Rand Paul and Independent Senator Angus King. She'll also ask South Korea's foreign minister about the upcoming talks with the North. That's Face the Nation Sunday here on CBS.